And welcome to Live on Tape with Pete Tribuco, George Fakowski, and producer, our lovely producer, Haley Taylor Simon. And this, of course, is WWDB AM 860 Talk Radio, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. And I am so happy to be in the studio with these guys over here, especially my old buddy, my old pal, George over there. Good old George, who's went to school together. We never hung out in school together, George. I don't know why. We were there, but
You're
we
one
just
of
never.
those DJ party types.
I guess I don't know. Well, I was doing the acting, and you were doing the radio stuff, and who knows what happened there. But we both love music, and I remember a lot of times we had and we went to Kane University, Kane College. We had some really big acts there. In fact, Pat Benatar was there, and I was actually there. I don't know if you were there when Pat was there, but that was an amazing. I was backstage. And it was the coolest experience that I ever had hanging out. In fact, I had Pat on the show here, as well as the bass guitarist who wrote that song, "Hell Is for Children." They were actually in the studio as well, so that was pretty cool. But I don't bet you didn't know this, George, but I play the drums.
I did not know that, Pete.
I actually play. I am the best air drummer there ever is. Okay.
I'm a dashboard keyboard guy. That's what I do.
This is true. No, but I actually did play the drums when I was in New York City at a school called New York High School. I was in homeroom, and I was sharing the homeroom with a guy, and he had long hair. Nobody wanted to talk to him because he's kind of like a little different than most of the people back in the 70s, late 70s. And I went over to him. I saw him playing the drums on the desk. And he's really cool. And I walked over to him, and I said, "Wow, man, you're really good." And he was doing all these different things and everything. And I go, "Can you teach me how to hold the drums? Because I'm holding them wrong. I'm holding them like this. I'm not doing it the way you're doing it." So he taught me how to play the drums.
See that?
And on top of that, I found out later on he was part of the band that they had at the school, and he did all the assemblies and had all these zillion drums and a million different things, right? And I hung out with him for about 6 months in homeroom before, that changed over. And I forgot about it. Kind of forgot about it. But then I saw this same individual doing an interview on a radio station in New York City. He also did it in Philadelphia as well. And I said, "I know him." Ended up being A.J. Pirro from Twisted Sister.
See that?
That's who he ended up being.
I thought you were going to tell me you went to high school with Buddy Rich. So
no, this is A.J., man. This is A.J. with Twisted Sister. So even though I can't really play the drums that well.
Hey, two number 2 pencils and a dream, man.
There you go. I did learn how to do that. Now, how about you? Do you play an instrument?
Yeah, I was pretty good with the kazoo back in the day.
Were you really?
Oh, I was pretty good with that. I was raised on Gene Shepard on the radio, and of course, he always had his kazoo solos to, Star Spangled Banner or some other type of, band music.
Haley, how about you? Do you play an instrument at all?
No, but I can say I sing in the shower, so maybe that counts as some kind of music in a sense.
Oh, cool. Well, that's good. But what do you sing? Are you what is it, a soprano or a mezzo-soprano or whatever? What are you?
I sound like a screeching cat, so whatever that goes into.
Well, listen. Listen. If you have any people that come to do something, I mean, you can scream really loud. People will hear you 2 blocks away.
I'm kind of the person at the bar at 2 a.m. when it's closing down. It's like, oh, who's that girl singing? That's who I am. I'm the one that's like, it's time to go home.
Karaoke. Okay, so we're talking karaoke time. Well, I tell you. We have a great guest, and I've had her on my show. She is amazing, absolutely amazing, just incredible. And she doesn't just play one style of music out. She's got, 10 albums out, I think, at this point, or 10 CDs, whatever you call them these days. But she's actually, I'm old, George. I'm really old.
Music for old people, ladies.
Yes, I remember the 8-track tapes. Remember the 8-track tapes?
I just saw it in your car on the way in.
This
man.
is true. You're right. I had one of those. But she's absolutely amazing. Just incredible talent. So in the studio today, we have singer-songwriter Laura Cheadle. Laura, it's so good to see you. How are you doing today?
I'm fabulous. How are you?
I noticed you also brought a guest with you this time.
Oh, he was just nipping at the bit to come. Papa Cheadle.
There you
Papa
go.
Cheadle.
We had a gig last night, so you know what? We already had the van packed.
Yeah, we were already packed, so.
Really? So now we talked about this earlier, and I actually took pictures of you on stage, by the way, just so you know that I think I eventually gave to Laura on that. But let me. I guess your biggest influence is your dad, right?
Yeah. Sure. No, it is. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I gotta mess with him a little bit.
Oh, he's also your roadie. Well, you got to be
well,
respectful.
you know.
right?
I better get some roadies ready, which we're going to be getting some actual roadies this tour, so it's pretty exciting.
Which is good. And we'll talk about the tour. It is jam-packed. I mean, almost every other day you got something going on.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely amazing. So let's talk about everything you've done beforehand. How did you get into the music in the first place? I know you had an influence from your pop.
Of course, Papa Cheadle. But
were you in the band? Were you in his band?
Oh no. Well, I was always playing, but I got heartbroken as a teenager and taught myself guitar. So I started writing all these songs.
Okay.
And he didn't join the band till later. My brothers and I always had a band together, though.
It's kind of like the Partridge Family,
Yeah.
right? But I'm dating myself again.
Never heard that before.
No?
That's the first time.
Well, that would mean that you're Shirley MacLaine, okay?
Yes.
We're more Jackson. I would say we're more Jackson 5 than
No
Partridge.
Franco
You're
family.
Jackson 5.
No DeFranco family. None of that. Heartbeat, love beat.
This
love,
is true.
no,
We could do that. We could do that.
Richie family. There's a bunch of families.
I don't know any of those except Jackson 5.
Oh, I have to send you a list.
That's true. Well, I'm stuck. I'm stuck in the last century. So basically, whatever I do is going to be talking about stuff like that. But
Well, you brought your Osmond T-shirt too. You just didn't wear it today.
that's right.
Osmond
I did.
family.
Good old
God,
Donnie
yeah.
and Marie. Donnie and Marie Osmond. They're my age, believe it or not. I mean, that's how old they are, and they're still doing really, really well. But I tell you, you are just so busy, and we'll talk about the website and all the things that are going on there. But so your influence was obviously was that type of music, and I see you brought a guitar. How many instruments do you play?
I play guitar, drums, piano, randomly French horn, which is a fun one.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit of bass, but my favorite is guitar, definitely.
Uh-huh.
But I love drums. Every show I get on the drums now, though.
Do you really? So
Oh, yeah.
so maybe if I came to one of your shows, you let me go.
Yeah.
No, just never
It's
mind.
been too- it's
just
been
go on
too
the drums.
long. You need to come out again. No excuses.
I tell you, I've gone to parties and people say that I'm not that bad. Okay, not that bad. That's what they say. Not that
well,
bad.
they're
Not
being
that I'm
nice.
good, but not that bad. So I'm improving a little bit on that. But at least it's a lot of fun. So which is your favorite instrument that
guitar,
you like to play?
definitely, because I can do all these weird things with it. I kind of play the guitar like it's a drum set. I
Really?
play it rhythmically, yeah.
Do you read music? I mean, are you good
Yeah,
at that?
I can read music, but
Because I know you're a songwriter too, and
Yeah.
you do all that stuff. Do you help out with songs,
Oh, yeah.
songwriting, and
yeah,
Yeah, I write a lot of the music. Yeah,
we co-write.
you do?
I don't write many lyrics, but Laura's the lyricist.
How dare you? No.
I think I wrote 2 songs with lyrics.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
This is true. And like I said, you had 10 CDs out. When was the first one? How long ago was that?
Oh, that was that was teenage Laura.
That's absolutely amazing. And I know I got a few of them myself. I remember I bought a few myself.
Yes.
Which I had, and I think the last time we were here, we played one, and you actually just had the guitar. You did a plugs out.
I did.
You did a plugs out thing.
I was
were
gonna
looking.
do that again, but you know what? We're coming in hot. We're with Sony now. We gotta come in all prepared.
Yeah, the lighting crew just showed up, Pete.
Yeah,
so
they're
make some
coming.
room.
This is
They're
true.
coming.
Yeah, they just checked in.
Folks, I tell you, if you're actually in the studio, first of all, you have a new roadie because Haley helped you bring everything
Oh, I
up.
love Haley. We
Okay.
bonded over having kitty cats. We're cat lovers.
Cat people always get
Cat
along.
people
it's
for
an
life.
instant thing. I feel a part of the tour now.
Yeah,
I loved
know.
it.
You are. You're in.
I mean, you come into the studio, we got a keyboard over here, we got a guitar over here, we got a big amplifier over there.
baby.
We got the lights, like George said,
Yeah,
and,
like
you know,
it.
and
Yeah.
all we're needing is video. We need to get video in here, and we can do an actual video.
Why not?
No, the lasers are coming in the other
Oh, the
side.
lasers are coming in
I'll
as
be
well.
propelling from the ceiling too for my performance. Yeah.
We have a fog machine on its way.
Oh,
Fog
yeah, it's
machine
coming.
Good.
There you go. Now we stole that from one of our sister stations, right? Obviously, 'cause
Oh,
we
yeah.
had- we had
Fog
several-
machine and lasers really do well on radio, so you guys are really going to enjoy this. So
Yeah.
Well, a
stay
couple
with us.
stations down, we actually have a performance studio. So we have a stage, and it's like a whole concert venue. So
There you go. Next
Wow.
time.
Next
time.
next time we'll bring the show on the road. and
Down the
we'll
hall.
do it. Yeah, and right down the hall. This is actually a nice facility we have here. But
Beautiful.
folks, if you were in here, you'd be like, "Wow, this is the coolest thing. This is absolutely the coolest thing ever." So let's get into the music now. Okay, you have different genres that you try,
Yeah.
and you love, and you do a really great job. What were the influences to get to those levels to
Well,
try
yeah.
different things?
Well, I'm just someone that doesn't like the same thing all the time. It's annoying and it's boring to me. You know,
Okay.
it's like it's boring if you do the same kind of music all the time. But everything with me has a soulful undertone. So everything I'm singing, you hear my soul voice. So it's kind of, it does mix in R&B, funk, soul, blues, pop.
That's right. That's right.
I just don't like to be labeled a certain genre, put into a box. I don't like it.
That's pretty good. That's a good way to be. I mean, obviously, some people are just stuck in one level, and eventually, classic example, and it's old, but it's a classic example. You take somebody like John Denver. John Denver in his career, people loved him. He was one of the most popular persons in the world.
Did he do Country Home?
And he did. Oh yeah, wait, take me
Country
home,
Roads.
country home,
Country Roads.
country roads. He did a whole bunch of stuff, but I didn't know this until I actually researched it. He was an actor. He did Oh God and a whole bunch of movies and everything, but eventually, the music industry left him, and he was stuck in that one country music, folklore type of thing. Made millions and millions and millions of dollars, but one day his company, the record company, they dropped him.
Of course.
Just dropped him out of nowhere. He had to end up going to a smaller record company. Really didn't do much after that. But a guy like John Denver, who's doing something so well, gets dropped by a major publishing, in this case, a music company, music industry, and never really got to that same level again. So what you're doing is good by doing different things.
It's a new time now, though. I mean, you can do anything on the internet. You can do your own thing. I have publishing deals now, which is a lot better.
Which is
than
great, yeah.
I am signed to a label now, but you can manifest your own your destiny now. If you're putting out good music, you have more control, and that's what's wonderful about now. They don't have all control of you. Which is great.
And that's something about the music industry and how it can be. They want all the copyright. They want all copyrights of all your music. If you don't give it to them, then they don't sign you, or you get nothing. Okay, and we've heard this time and time and time again. When you were doing this, did you have the same experience as what Laura's going through right now?
Well, the first thing I did, after high school was I worked as a songwriter, so I had a songwriting contract. So you get paid to write songs, basically.
Okay.
I think it was in this building here, too.
Really?
How long has this building been here?
This is relatively new for the radio station. I know the other stations have been here. We just moved over not too long ago, maybe about 6 months. No, maybe about 8 months ago.
I used to come to Bala Kinwood. Right?
Yeah.
I worked for Jerry Ross, so he had an office in one of these buildings around.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to be an artist, so that's a whole different ballgame.
I wasn't trying to do that. I was a studio musician and, played live and stuff.
Yeah.
But I got a songwriter's contract. That was really good. So that's basically where I started with it. And you don't get any control at all.
No.
No.
But studio musicians are the best when it comes to doing, because you got to play other people's music and you got to do it their way.
Oh yeah.
And if you don't, so you really got to be really
you have to
focused.
Focus in on the style of the performer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I played. I was in the early parts of the recordings, the rhythm section, piano, bass, guitar, drums type of thing.
Yeah.
And then we would hear the song like a couple months later. Hey, didn't we play on that?
I would get so nervous doing that because obviously, let's take Ringo Starr, for example. He could never play the same beat twice, and he admitted to that. And it drove George Martin crazy because they tried to edit everything, and it would never sound the same in each
George Martin
take.
is the fifth Beatle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was the fifth Beatle.
I think he was the best Beatle.
I've heard that from him. He made them.
Yeah. So he actually couldn't redo all the different exact sounds, and it was hard to mix and everything like that. So being a studio musician is really, really difficult.
Well, they used to give us charts too, so we would know what we were doing.
Yeah. Well, we are talking with actor and songwriter, because I know you did some videos as well as a singer. We are talking with Laura Cheadle, And we'll be back with her right here on Live on Tape right after this. Each year, 5,000 people, including children, choke to death. LifeVac can stop these senseless tragedies. It's so easy to use also. Simply place the mask over face, push and pull. You'll never regret having a LifeVac in your home or office. Please visit lifevac.net today to protect you and your loved ones. Or you can call them at 877-LIFEVAC. That's 877-LifeVac.
Alana was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, and it's cancer. As a parent, when you're told this type of news, you're going to do whatever you can do for your babies. When we got to St. Jude is when I realized that, no, you're not going to get a bill for anything. I don't have to worry about it. They're saying we're going to help save her, and we're not going to charge you anything. This is what we do.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
And welcome back to Live on Tape with Pete Tribuco on WWDB AM 860 Talk Radio, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. And we are with, oh my goodness, this lady is so talented. She's an actor, she's a singer, songwriter. She's got 10 CDs out. We have got in the studio, folks, Laura Cheadle, and she is here with her dad, who came by.
Papa Cheadle.
Everybody in the studio, we got to be on our best behavior.
Father's Day is coming.
That's right. That's right. Father's
Actually,
Day.
it's here today, apparently, right?
Yeah.
We got it going.
There it is.
So we're good.
So it's pretty good. So yeah, talking about musicians and talking about being like a studio musician, being able to do all that type of stuff, you really got to know what you're doing. And if you do it wrong, unfortunately, that's a bad thing. So, and I know that you've actually opened for a lot of big acts. Mm-hmm. Yeah, give us the ones that you've opened for, because I know you've opened for a whole bunch of them.
Jonas Brothers, Haley's fangirling. I'm just kidding.
I was.
John Oates, Hall & Oates.
Nice.
I have a huge list. I don't even remember, but a lot of people.
Yeah, the biggest names in the business. And of course, numerous awards, including what's his best indie jazz blues band at WXPN. What was all that about?
Yeah, well, that's exactly it.
Yeah,
That's what we won.
you did all
WXPN.
that stuff and everything.
Yeah.
Now you have a lot of family members. I know that you're mostly the keyboard person, because that's what I saw when we were doing that. But you have you have your brothers and
my brother plays guitar. I have random drummers. We have numerous drummers we use, but we use usually the same two. We swap out.
This is true. This is true. And since it's a family thing, basically, do you guys have any arguments and stuff, or what's going on with that?
Not that I'll ever admit. We were on a reality show called The Next Great Family Band. You guys will have to look that one up. That was on NBC.
It's on. Is it coming out?
Oh no, that was like 5 years ago. So that was a good one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
It's on the internet somewhere.
Yes, it
never
is.
goes away.
okay, repeat it. So we know what was it
Next
called?
Great Family Band.
The Next Great Family Band, and it was
on NBC.
On NBC.
Yeah.
I bet there's got to be some.
Well, I have it on my stuff, so you can easily find it. But,
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah, we're gonna be in a big documentary coming up. I want to talk about this. Make sure I get this in. Yeah, this is I can't really say what, but I will tell you they've been filming me for 3 years. It's one of the most major stations that you know.
Wow.
So that's going to be coming out this fall. I can't wait to actually be able to say what it is, but it's going to be crazy.
Well, we're going to have you back in here again when it happens, right?
Yes, this is going to be probably one of the biggest things for my career. So
Sounds
very
good.
exciting.
There you go. Are you in the documentary too, Papa?
Oh, he sure is.
Oh, yeah.
Better be.
Okay. So we got a little time, and this is actually a talk radio where Philadelphia's #1 talk station. But right now we are changing over. We're actually going to do some music, and you've got some good stuff coming. Some new tracks. So instead of just doing it like we would normally do it on a CD, put it in and play it. We're doing it live, folks. We got a keyboard here. We got a guitar here. We got Laura here. And we're the fans, by the way. You and I, George.
Just put your cassette recorder away, Pete.
There you go.
I'm the studio audience.
And
Yes, Haley's the best.
And Haley's the studio best. So go ahead. Tell us about the song, what it was all about, and then go ahead.
Well, this song is actually going to be in the documentary, so I'm going to do a little segue to that. It's called Hey There, Devil. It's about being with someone you know you're not right for them, but you you just keep going back to them for some reason. We can all relate to that. Luckily, I got through that part of my life. Hey, hey there, devil, with your sweet subtle words, yeah, in your soft moving hands, no. I remember just how they used to inch in closer. It's about time I was seeing you again. But you ought to know me better than to make me say it's over. The radio is playing a reminiscent song. Let's just call it even with a dance. Hey, hey there, devil. Hey, hey there, devil. I took a drive. Ooh. I'm trying to make it climb out from my mind's eye. I think it may not be so easily resolved. This burning situation between you and I. Hey, hey, the devil. Hey, hey, the devil. Removing all barren vulnerability, and worse yet, possibility. Ooh. You drive me crazy, baby. Oh, no. Hey, baby. Hey there, devil. Hey, you're my devil. Hey there, devil.
Oh my goodness. What an incredible. That was not a CD, folks. That was not a CD. That was live. That was right here in the studio. And I'm looking at Haley. Haley, what did you think of that?
That was unbelievable. Listening to your voice, I even said to Pete, I'm like, this sounds like off a CD with how perfect it was. Bravo. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Absolutely amazing. And George, now mind you, George likes to talk, okay? He's been on television. He's done Chasing News. He's done News 12 New Jersey, Channel 29 here in the Philly area, as well as other places. And you were speechless.
I'm a good audience. I just sit back and watch. It was a combination of being seduced by the voice.
Yes.
And then being dazzled by the tickling of the keys to my right here.
Oh, yeah.
Papa Cheadle was kicking it over here.
He was. And this was an experience, I tell you. It very rarely happens in a studio like this. You always worry about sound because of the way the studio is set up and everything.
Haley gave us, she knew. She's like, it's going to work perfectly.
It did. I was out there. You guys, when you were doing it, I wanted to go out to the studio to actually hear what was going on air. And the bottom line is it sounded like it was a CD.
It really did. It sounded like that. So
Haley
I cannot...
produced.
Oh, man. Now I want to see your shows.
You better come.
If only people could have seen the effect of the laser light show. We
Yeah,
had
this
going
was
on.
crazy.
This is true.
I
This
did
is
3
true.
costume changes in that whole
Yeah,
song.
not
It
only
was
that,
amazing.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Yeah, we can't laser him.
A smoke
talent
machine
in
was
this
awesome.
room.
I don't like.
Actually, that's a song that probably needed a little smoke machine.
Yeah, that was a seductive.
Yeah, what we should have done was dim the lights down over here, you know?
Yeah, make
Just
some mood
pretend it's
lighting.
after midnight. Hey, everybody. That's right. We're just here after midnight with Pete. What's going on?
That sounds fun.
Well, I can always be like, was it Venus Flytrap on WKRP in Cincinnati? Remember the mellow stuff that they used to play on that radio station, so it was different. Wow, that was incredible. That was absolutely incredible. Just an amazing job. Now, you wrote the song and
I wrote
the
that.
lyrics,
Yeah,
or
I
how did
wrote-
that work?
So I wrote the song. Papa came in helping with the music. That was a collaborative effort, but those lyrics I lived those lyrics. That's all I can say.
Isn't that where
Wow.
the best songwriting
And
comes from?
I'm not someone that can just write a song that doesn't mean anything to me. Everything that you hear on my albums are all what I went through. So this album coming up that's distributed by Sony Orchard is
That's right, Sony,
is
yeah.
everything I've gone through in the past 3 years. So there's a lot of songs on there.
So let me ask you a question. Does that mean there are going to be people hearing the music going, oh, that's me?
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. The new single, actually, "Time Thief." I just filmed the music video yesterday for
Sure.
it. That's at already 100,000 streams on Spotify in 3 weeks. It's pretty.
Wow.
It's pretty mind blowing.
Yeah.
It's a pop song, but it still has my soul in it. But it's about someone stealing your time, and someone did steal my time for a while. And this great song came out of it, which is really awesome.
I tell you, how long does it take to write a song like that?
When you've lived it, very quick. And that one also was written with my dad, a co-writer of ours, actually named Stephen Caban too, and that was a really cool song. We didn't even know that was going to be the single, but the label loved it, so we did it. It always happens like that.
Well, I could say from somebody who, when you're in TV and doing long-form stuff or writing or blogging or doing your videos, that when creativity hits,
Boom.
doesn't matter what time of day it is, you just go with it until your body says stop and then walk away and then come back at it again. So I'm sure
Exactly.
you've been through there where it just
Yeah.
hits and it's like, where's the napkin? Write it down.
There was a
And-
year I didn't stop writing, whole year. Like every day was a song. That was crazy.
That's
It felt
awesome.
really good.
And I bet you were writing a lot during COVID, too.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that's something else. We are talking with an amazing lady here, and of course, her dad is also here, singer-songwriter Laura Cheadle, and we'll be back with Live on Tape right after this. Each year, 5,000 people, including children, choke to death. LifeVac can stop these senseless tragedies. It's so easy to use also. Simply place the mask over the face, push and pull. You'll never regret having a LifeVac in your home or office. Please visit lifevac.net today to protect you and your loved ones. Or you can call them at 877-LIFEVAC. That's 877-LifeVac.
During the COVID-19 pandemic, it's important to take steps to help stop the spread. Follow 5 tips to help protect yourself and others. 1. Wear a mask. 2. Practice social distancing. Stay at least 6 feet apart from others. 3. Wash hands with soap and water. 4. If you have symptoms, stay home. 5. Get vaccinated as soon as you can. Together, we can help stop the spread.
And welcome again to Live on Tape with, of course, myself, Pete Tribuco, George Fakowski, and again, we've got the beautiful and lovely producer, Haley Taylor Simon, who, by the way, is also a roadie. They call it
Yes,
roadie.
she is.
For
roadie.
your band.
She's
a
hired.
roadie, that's
she
what
has
it
to
is.
bring her cat along, though.
And she brings the cat along as
Stella
well.
would love that.
And we're with, of course, singer-songwriter and actor, Laura Cheadle. We're great. Now, listen, I just wanted to go over one thing. You were kind of modest, and I want to make sure that people know. Okay. Now, Laura has opened for not just the Jonas Brothers and Sister Hazel, the Spin Doctors, Average White Band. We've got the Rascals. You got John Oates and Hall & Oates, Terrence Simon, Peter Tork of the Monkees.
It's my favorite show.
My goodness. How was that? How
that was
that?
my favorite show. I'm so sad he passed away. He passed away like a year after that. He was, when you open for someone, you never know what you're going to get. You're never going to know if there are some of those people on that list not so nice. But, you know, I'll tell you off air, but he was the nicest man.
He helped us carry our equipment in.
He watched our sound check.
From the street, yeah.
He watched our sound check. He brought us backstage. He was a real human.
Brought us all up on stage, including my wife.
And he put us on, he posted us all the time. His people still to this day post us. I sang songs with my mom, got to sing Daydream Believer with him.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's the kind of artist that is amazing. And you should always be nice to the opener. That's where you were at one point. I don't understand people that aren't.
People forget. That's the point.
Yeah, it's like, I'm just like, so that was my favorite show of all time.
So you're going to be the nicest
always
lead act ever.
Always.
Absolutely.
If you're not, it'll come back to you. I always say what goes around comes around. So I don't know, something in your life, if you're mean to people, I've learned that.
This is true. And you know, it's funny. Michael Nesmith was a producer, obviously, music producer, and he wrote the song. He wrote some of the songs, obviously, and you know, of course, we all know Davy Jones and Mickey Dolenz, but you know, Peter Tork was the quiet one of all of them. You know.
See, I knew nothing about the Monkees because that was even before kind of your time. But knowing him now, and I looked him up later, oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, he was that famous.
He was amazing. And even though he was kind of like the straight man when it came to the series and everything, he was a great musician. And I ended up seeing him over at the Basie Theater and also here in Philadelphia. And I saw them with Davy Jones, and then later on when Davy died, you know, they did the songs and they had to do it a different way. And I was amazed at how good Michael Nesmith also, how good they were as musicians. Remember, in the old days, they didn't play their own instruments. They just sang, and other people did that. And then you see them now. Oh, there's only two left, obviously, but one only left. Michael Dolenz, that's it.
And he's still playing, I say, everywhere.
Oh, yeah. No. They were amazing musicians. Even
I will say, though, that the Monkees, my favorite Monkey trivia is that they passed on the song Sugar Sugar.
That's right. That's right. The Archies.
And the Archies ended up being a studio band that they just cobbled together and then have this massive hit. So see that?
Great song.
See that, studio artists, right? Stay with it. You never know.
Sounds good.
Great song.
Listen, who else did you like? Who else was a really good person to open for?
Oh, God, I got to look at the list.
Well, I will run the list by you again. We have got John Oates, Hall & Oates. We got Terrence Simeon, is it?
He was
the Rascals,
nice. He was
Felix.
nice, Terrence. Yeah.
Felix
Average
was great.
White Band.
Felix was great.
The Jonas Brothers.
Yeah, they were great.
Were
they you know, they had their little purity rings when I opened for them. It was like 2012, I think I opened.
You know what's cool about this is that if the audience is really listening, you can figure out which ones are the good ones and which ones maybe weren't.
I opened for the Jonas Brothers, just me and a guitar too. It was pretty wild. It was fun.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, you did it here.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. It was it's like remember the old MTV
Unplugged.
TV Unplugged stuff?
Yeah.
It was exactly like that. It was just really, really cool. But that's something else. So, all right. So we got some time.
Yeah.
And I promised a second song, and we definitely want to hear. We want to hear what you got. Give us the intro on this new one, and this is a new one too.
This is actually a new one. Yeah,
Okay.
Hey There Devil was released a few years ago. This one's brand new on the album with Sony. My dad actually wrote this music years ago, and I wrote the lyrics as he was playing it for me.
Wow.
Well, yeah, I did a whole multi-track thing on it.
Okay.
Everything was done. And then I'm just showing it to her on the piano, and then I played it.
I loved it.
And she wrote the lyrics.
So this is going to be in
she
a.
was listening to it, and she just came up with the hook, like,
So
boom.
this is
So it
we have a
worked.
publishing deal. This is going to be in a Hallmark show coming up. So
Wow.
So if you keep it tight. So if you hear this song, this is it. I don't know how much they're going to play of it, but this is called "Show Me Your Love," and this is a spiritual thing for me. I wrote it and I manifested the love that I have now. So it's called "Show Me Your Love." We got a chill vibe going on here. There's a second of time when I know you're mine, you're mine, you're mine. We connect just right. The time is tonight, tonight, tonight. I can learn to fly if you steer me right through your sky, your sky, your sky. I want you in my life, I'll make it easy. You just gotta try and try and try. Show me your love. Show me your love. Listen to my eyes, it'll give you a guide, a guide, a guide. I'm floating in my mind, I'll see it softer. Side, side, side. I watch our souls collide. I'm searching right where you hide, you hide, you hide. I can see the stars. I know in that person that you are, you are. Show me your love. Show me your love. We're here and we're endlessly asleep. Show me your love. Show me, wanna show me your love. Ooh. I wanna show you my love. I wanna show you my love. Will you show me your love? Wanna show me everything? Wanna show me everything? I want you to show me your love. Release the doves.
All right, we love it.
What a finish.
What a finish, too. Now we got doves in the studio all over the place. What are we going to do with all these doves now? I don't know. Of course, singer-songwriter Laura Cheadle and Bono. By the way, she is a local gal. She is from the Philly and South Jersey area.
Yeah,
so.
baby.
And she's got dates coming up, which we'll talk about in a little bit.
Lots coming up, baby.
But a lot of dates coming up, and I got them listed here on my good old my good old computer there, and it's just absolutely amazing. So now you said that you wrote the music and you just put the lyrics right onto that, just like that, just like that.
The track was completely done too.
Yeah,
yeah.
I just sang to it.
Multiple keyboards, guitar, bass, drum, everything was done.
Wow.
And it just fit.
It flowed,
I played
baby.
it for her, and she went, she sang the hook.
I liked it. It's like a real nice R&B.
Yes,
I love it.
Definitely.
It's a love song. Everyone likes a love song.
That's true. And again, that's coming out. That's on your new CD.
Yes.
That'll be coming out. We'll talk more about that. How many tracks are on that new CD?
God, I don't even know. We haven't even done it. We have like 20 done. We're going to need to consolidate.
Oh, my goodness.
We're doing singles first. So the first single is, the first single was called The Lust in Between.
Okay.
And now it's Time Thief. And then we have a single coming out this summer.
Wow.
Called
That's
Just
something.
One Night.
You know, I'm looking over at Haley, and her mouth is wide open. I'm looking over at George. Looks like he had a nice. He's sitting there by the fireplace, drinking something, just chilling. By the way, one of your albums was called Chill.
It was,
right?
yes.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I got that.
That's a good one.
That was a very good
I've
one.
got a great question based
Yeah.
on my fabulous Google research.
Oh, boy.
I did. Because any artist, and I would especially say to someone who's been through it, and we've all been through stuff, you put it in music.
Yes.
I might put it in a video, or I might put it in a book, or whatever the deal is. But the quote that I saw last night, and I made a note of it here, is it's always been your goal to be a healer in a way.
Mm-hmm.
How much of that comes from getting hurt?
A lot, yeah. It's funny. Well, when you're not your full self and you're not healed as a person with, relationships, you're going to keep manifesting the wrong people. So I actually went to a healer after my last relationship. And I just started noticing the people around me started becoming better people. And also the industry. Because, the music industry is insane. You don't even understand half the crap I've gone through. But I'm so strong of a person that I don't let that disgusting things leak into my soul.
She's got a great support
I got a
group
great support group.
behind her.
And but I do love, I'm like the kind of person, like when I meet people, I'm like, you can do creativity. It's never too late to do what you want to do, because people settle too much. People are stuck in themselves and they settle and they think that's what the script they're following is.
You know what, it would be hard, pardon me, it would be easy to be bitter or angry, or if you get done dirty in the business or by a relationship, yet somehow there's something in you that says, no, I want to overcome that. And not only do I want to overcome it for me, I want to share it with everybody who hears what I have to sing.
And it's a positive, too. It's positive.
Because it's the only way you can be. And people actually get inspired by that. What if they're stuck in a horrible place and then they see you come out of it? That's the best part about it.
You do a lot of songs, you write them and then you have to bring them to your family. Do you ever feel like sometimes it's a little bit awkward, bringing up a situation that might be difficult to your family when it's composing these songs?
They know me too well. It's a very open family. I was raised by hippies, I swear.
Amen.
They lived it with me. They see all the craziness.
I didn't hear that question.
No, he didn't hear it.
Well, basically, the influence is definitely there. You're a hell of a keyboard player, I'll tell you. You're doing this in a studio. You're not even sitting. You can't even get comfortable here. And see the fingers going, George? My
I got a
goodness.
box seat, man. Oh, sorry. There's a baseball metaphor, but yes, I have a box seat to the keyboards here. And when you get tuned into something creatively, and I think everybody in the room and here knows this, is that you don't have to explain it. You just do it. And it's hard when people you're around in the workplace or in your life don't get it. We were talking about that earlier. But there's no such problem in this room today. I can tell you that.
Everyone has really great energy in here. I would say that.
Not a
really
problem.
great.
Which is good, because all I had for breakfast was a couple of Pop-Tarts.
Well, I've got these cakesters here. I don't know what if they're good anymore. but
diabetes in a box.
There you go. Diabetes in the box. Who knows what the carbs on that
Happiness.
thing is?
Come on. Some happiness in a box.
There's happiness,
yeah.
but when you get to a certain age, you get yelled at a lot when you get your annual physical about blood sugar
this
levels.
is true. I try to avoid my doctor as much as possible at this age. But
Yeah, we pointed out earlier that I was raised by a guy who worked for Tasty Cake for 35 years. So I was raised on butterscotch crimpets and French apple pies. And
My dad
candy
loved the
cakes.
peanut butter ones.
Peanut butter
yeah,
candy
they were
cakes, that's
good.
right. And it was always my biggest fear that one day you'd see a news story that said butterscotch crimpets, caused disease in lab animals. And I'd be, oh, no, I'm finished. But no, so far so good. It's just weird having to buy them for the first time in my life since Dad left. But yeah, he brought it home and it was great. And so we're doing the Philly thing. And
I love it.
so, next time I'll bring a box of cream-filled coffee cakes or something.
Bring me some vegan ones, please.
there you go,
I
vegan.
can't
You want
eat
the peanut
any.
butter candy cakes? I'll
I
bring those.
can't eat any of them, sadly. But regular Oreos are vegan. These are not vegan. I was looking at these.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and unfortunately, those aren't. They were the only thing I can find in the
You
store.
got to
while I
have
was
a cheat
coming on
day
over
once in
here.
a while,
No,
kid.
no, I'm very much lactose intolerant. It's not by choice.
Oh, I hear you on that one. That's why the regular Oreos, the best kind
They're
to get.
vegan, baby.
They are.
See, we've gone from beautiful music to
They're Oreos.
cookies.
Yeah,
That's it.
exactly.
This is what this show's all about.
I love radio.
Stay flexible.
Well, this is we had a lady here that that does flexible music. She can do anything. Okay. Oh, question over here. Oh, no, she's just giving me the time.
Oh, she'll come up with a question.
I can come up with a question.
Sure, come up with a
Yeah, let's
question.
do a question. All right. So being around the Philadelphia area and obviously touring in Philadelphia when you do, what is that like for you to play in your hometown?
I love it. I mean, it's where I got my start, and it's fun. I see all the familiar faces, but Philly, I'm still playing venues I never heard of. Sometimes I'm like, they're always popping up everywhere. We just did this women's fest at the Rotunda. That was a cool show. That was a really cool show. I never heard of that place, but it was pretty awesome.
And you've also traveled, too. You've been all over the place, basically.
I'm doing a lot of traveling this year, too, which is awesome.
Yeah. And you've been to L.A. a few times.
Yeah, we're going back in June. We're back.
Yeah, that's good. Isn't that cool that you could go there, play some stuff, have a little bit of vacation, Papa, and just hang out and just, that's a good job. That's a good job. I like that. I like that a lot.
I could do that all the
Take
time.
a few extra days. When we went to London, we played 3 places.
That was awesome.
And then we had like 3 days of nothing to do.
Really?
So we went on
explored.
a mini tour of southern London.
That
Okay.
was beautiful.
I mean,
Sure.
We saw Stonehenge.
That was
Bath,
amazing.
and
Did you really?
Yeah, Stonehenge. You drive by Stonehenge. It's like way in the distance, and it's like that's it. And you're like, that's it, Stonehenge.
What, you can't walk over to it and try
No,
to
you
put,
can.
you know?
Oh, you can.
Well,
Yeah,
Abbey
but
Road was like, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, Abbey Road. We
It's
went
literally
there,
just a
you know.
road.
Oh, yeah, Abbey Road is small.
It's just a road.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the
And
actual
they don't
theater.
stop for you either. You could
Oh,
get
yeah, you'll
killed.
die.
You're not taking a picture, basically.
Yeah, but all you're doing is taking that picture. That's all you
Yeah.
really
That's
want.
all we did.
I love
yeah.
Notting
But
Hill.
how was Abbey Road Studios?
Oh, we didn't
We
get
didn't go in there.
Okay, because I hear that's not very big either. That's just a.
Well, you can see it. Like Paul McCartney did a special a couple of years ago live from there.
Yeah, but he knows
You can
people.
see
So
the inside.
Yeah, he's got the inside.
They show you the whole inside of the place. And all
Sure.
that. They could fit a symphony orchestra in there.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
And in fact, there was a documentary on that where you went inside and you showed how big it was actually in
Yeah.
the main area.
And if you ever see any of the early Beatles recordings,
That's
of
where they were.
them, video of them recording, it's this huge room, and they're all from one side.
Okay.
So it is pretty big. Yeah.
That's good. All right, so now we got about 2 minutes before we go to break. So let's quickly talk about. You talked about the documentary. You talked about the acting thing. So let's knock that one off if we can in 2 minutes, if we can do that.
Well, I just really want to be pushing the single Time Thief. If you guys can stream that, stream. The new album is called Mannequin. It'll be out.
Mannequin.
It's called Mannequin. It'll be out either this summer or early fall. It's with Sony Orchard. Very exciting. The music video will be coming. So that's like my big things I'm pushing. And of course, my tour dates. You guys got to come all see me.
Yes, in fact, when we come back from break, we're going to go
Yeah.
through the tour dates, your website, and all that type of stuff. So we're going to take an early break, and we will be back with singer-songwriter Laura Cheadle right after this. Each year, 5,000 people, including children, choke to death. LifeVac can stop these senseless tragedies. It's so easy to use also. Simply place the mask over the face, push, and pull. You'll never regret having a LifeVac in your home or office. Please visit lifevac.net today to protect you and your loved ones. Or you can call them at 877-LIFEVAC. That's 877-LifeVac.
To battle is to fight, to struggle, to overcome. And ultimately for the Marine Corps, it means to win. There is no alternative. It's not just a statement of intent. It's a promise to our nation. A promise kept for more than 2 centuries. A promise of the Marines.
And welcome back. We got a bunch of chatter here, but welcome back to Live on Tape with Pete Tribuco and George Falkowski and
you.
producer Haley Taylor Simon. We have got singer-songwriter Laura Cheadle here with his dad. Her dad.
We got to separate
And
these two.
you guys are really talking like
They're
crazy. But,
annoying.
but I'll tell you something. I'm so happy to be in the studio. We've played 2 songs, and on top of that, we're talking with Laura about what's coming next. And why don't you go ahead and do that? Go through that whole thing. And George, you can ask a question right after that.
We will be at the Pine Bush UFO Fair headlining that.
Oh.
And that's a little hint at what the documentary is in.
Oh, nice.
Jamie's House of Music, June 24th, is in Lansdowne, Pennsylvania.
Great venue.
Well, yeah, it's a great venue. Our new friend should come see us there. We'll be at the Mint in Los Angeles, June 28th, and I'm going to be on a talk show on June 29th in Los Angeles as well.
Can you tell us which show?
Another late night show tonight. It's going to be a cool show.
Oh, okay.
It's not Kimmel or anything, but it's, I'll work my way up to that.
That's cool.
July 11th will be at the Gloucester City Summer Concert City Series in Gloucester City, New Jersey. September we'll be touring in Oregon. So there's a lot coming up. Tons of stuff coming up. You go to my schedule, lauracheadle.com.
Well, there it is. Now, my question is, and again, I relate to my world as a performer in news and sports television and such, that you got to run on adrenaline a lot of times. And there are times, like when your body finally figures out that the tour is over or the stretch that you're working is over, it's just a complete body breakdown. When you start stretching it out, where do you find that extra energy? Back in the day, it was 2 ring dings and a Mountain Dew. Then came, thank goodness, 5-hour energy, and I finally discovered frozen coffee, so that's pretty good. But how do you keep the energy going when you have to perform and you just feel like you can't, but you do?
Being a vegan, I'm telling you, I keep saying it, and I run like 6 miles a day. I run a lot, and I'm telling you, I've been a vegan for many, many years. I never liked meat, but I did like dairy, but my stomach doesn't. That gives me a lot of energy. It does, and I keep him away. We have an herbalist too. We have a family herbalist, so we take all the natural stuff.
My new thing is mushroom coffee.
Oh God, his latest obsession.
I'll take your word on that one. How about but the adrenaline though?
Yeah.
But when you have to like dig deep and know that you've got one more show before you
yeah.
can take it. But how are you able to kind of
from the joy of the performance and seeing everybody in the audience? We sold out the past couple shows. It was great. Like just that is insane to me. It's like this stuff you're working on.
With Laura and myself, I think with Laura too is when you perform and you're playing, that actually nourishes you, though.
Yeah, it does.
You're not. I mean, that makes you get into it. It's not really adrenaline. It's
like if I had to sit in the same spot all day, I'd go crazy. That's just how I am. That's my personality.
I have to play. If I don't play, I don't feel right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird.
No, that actually makes perfect sense. I think again, we talk about the energy and the creativity in the room. If you get it, you get it. And I keep saying that. I'm not trying to be sort of like this elitist creator, but that's kind of what it is.
Yeah.
That there are times when you've worked a 12-hour, 14-hour day and you're not done.
Yeah,
and you
keep
just
going.
and you try to explain to some people, especially in the news business, that you don't go home at 11. You go home when the news is done. And it's hard. And so I imagine there are times when you have problems on a tour or the lights don't work or there's this or that. And you have to say, I thought I was getting out of here by this time. I have to find a way to get this going and get it up one more time for the audience tonight and find a way to do
That's
it.
why you have a great rider. You got to make sure they have all that before you get to the venue. That's something I've learned over the years. Make sure they got everything ready.
Well, how about when we're doing mixing in the studio? Something like that, or
Oh
tracking.
yeah, I'll be all night.
Yeah, we just stay in there. You don't even realize how long. We can mix something 100 times.
I could stay up all night though. The mornings are a little rough.
I had an 18-hour edit shift once, and when we were done with the project, we looked at the clock and it was 3:30 in the morning. We'd been there since about 9 a.m. And we were just like, what just happened? And you stumbled out and you woke up around 1 p.m. the next day because your day was off or whatever, but you just, I don't know, you just find a way to kind of either push through or just, or you feed off the people you're with. I think that also helps. So.
You give a lot of credit to your vegan lifestyle, and you said that you feed off of the energy, and that's how you guys go when it comes to music. So if you're not actively performing or you're not actively writing a song, do you as a family still just sit around and sing together, play some music? Is that an everyday routine for you guys?
Not really, but my dad likes to cook. We do a lot of that. He has mastered cooking my vegan meals, but we're always jamming. We're always in the studio working on. Now that I signed a publishing deal, we're always in the studio now working on film and TV stuff now too. So it is constant, but it's fun.
The cooking is interesting. Was that where the mushroom coffee kind of came into place? Was creating some new things going on?
He always has a new obsession. Mushroom coffee.
I don't have headphones.
Yeah. Where's your head? Oh,
Where's
you
the
don't have
mushroom coffee?
headphones.
Never got set up.
Oh yeah, yeah. Maybe. He's always reading stuff, but
Mushroom coffee.
I love
it's
mushroom
great.
coffee.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh my God.
Energy, focus.
I don't like mushrooms and I don't like coffee, so that's not going to work for me.
I don't drink coffee, but I found that really interesting, the combination of it all.
Yeah.
But I like how you guys all feed off of energy, and I think that's something that isn't really, talked about lately.
You know somebody's energy before they even walk in the room. I'm huge on energy. I'm also huge on like zodiac. I always ask everyone what their signs are. 'Cause I'm like, I know who's compatible with me, and I'm really big on energy.
Okay, so we got about a minute left. Give us your websites and where we can pick up your CDs, and we'll definitely have you on again, especially when that documentary hits.
Yeah, baby.
But tell us all about that.
LauraCheadle.com. Hit me on Instagram is my favorite place at Laura Cheadle Music, but I'm on every social thing you can find. And stream me on Spotify, Apple Music, especially Apple Music. They pay really well, so get on that Apple Music. I'm doing great on Spotify, but stream.
And that about covers it. Thanks again for another edition of Live on Tape. And we will talk to you again next week.